Growing up with a school system that seems not to really focus on the after school, right? There's no transition into the job.
No transition.
You know, getting Cameron what he's needed thus far has been a battle. You know, and it's to the point, I'm not gonna get emotional, but he's given up. And that's the last thing I need him to do. And that's the last thing I want him to do. And I want him to be able to provide for himself and to be, you know, a functioning member of society. You know, I want to know that if something happens to myself or my husband, that it's not left to my daughter. I want Cameron to be able to take care of Cameron.
So my idea would be, if you know they're going to transition out at, say, 18, maybe at 16, you start preparing them to have these skill sets along the way. So by the time they finish, they've got everything they need to be successful. You look at corporations, you find out what your youth, what type of work they want to do. You find those corporations that are willing to train and will hire these youths once they age out.
Go through a program and they'll let you be an intern. Like, be a lawyer's assistant for a day, or be a doctor's assistant for a day, or you can just sit and watch or something, just to let you do something so you can see like exactly what it is that you're saying you want to do. You can get a little taste of it.
I actually was at a Sisters of Care meeting and met the guy that was overdosed, and I asked him for a direct contact with the person that should be connected with my child. I did that connection. She was great. It was when we went from 18 and getting out of school to 19 not being in school that everything, the bottom fell out. Literally, my son was taken to fairs, job fairs, given this little piece of paper with his resume, which he graduated school, didn't have one, and said, go be. No instruction on what to do while he's there. I was very frustrated and felt like nobody was listening. I said, you know what? I've done it on my own before, I'm gonna do it again. So I went and, Cameron, what do you wanna do? What do you wanna be? You know, he was used to being at a ball field. So I went to the ball fields that hire, you know, and he got a job at Big League Dreams, but I couldn't help him and coach him because I'm mom on what needed to do to maintain that job. And here comes the first peer conflict and customer service conflict, and it just spiraled out of control. There was nobody there to help.
It was a program, I don't really exactly remember the name of the program, but it was they helped my sister find a job as soon as she graduated. They helped her find a job at Reliant, and she had another job at an art studio. I mean, there are a lot of resources, but I think people wasn't really just trying to the best of their ability because she was special needs. So, I mean, they feel like, well, she can do something, but she really can't do anything, so they just gonna do what they can just to get her in something. They not gonna really just try to get her into something where she could build a career from.
So there should be something in place that either starts at 17, 16 to start preparing them, whether it's classes, workshops, these skill sets that they need to learn to utilize to make it once they transition completely out. And I think that will really make a big impact on the communities for transition age youth, because if you continue and not make a difference, then you haven't done anything.